David Gilmour is a master of melodic soloing. Now, I've been listening to some of his solos this week and it has inspired me to write a melodic solo. I'm going to walk you through it in a moment and I'm going to show you the methods that I've used to make it as melodic as possible. So let's get cracking. Welcome to Dave's Guitar Club. Love music, learn music, make music. So this lesson is all about being inspired by Dave Gilmour to make a melodic solo. So I'm not going to teach you any of his actual solos or any of his licks in this lesson, but this may give you some ideas that will help you to become more melodic. I've made a backing track with a bit of a Pink Floyd kind of a vibe to it. The track is in the key of E minor and it has two parts to it. Now, given the track is in E minor, I'm going to be using the E natural minor scale and the E pentatonic minor scale throughout the solos. You can get the backing track and the tabs and any other resources that come with this lesson from the link in the description box, which leads you to my Patreon page. Your support and your contributions is what keeps this channel going and keeps these lessons coming. Okay, so let's go through the solo step by step. We start this solo with a pickup bar, so we're basically just leading into the solo before the first chord of the solo section starts. So we're going to start by playing the 14th fret and we slide into this 14th fret on the A string, slide into it. Then we go to the 12th fret on the D, followed by the 14th fret on the D string. Now this is where the first chord of the solo section comes in, which is an E minor chord, and we're playing an E note. This 14th fret of the D string is an E note, so that's going to sound really nice and fitting and really resolved. This leads us into the next bar, which is over a D major chord. And we're going to start off by playing the G string, 14th fret, pull off to the 12th fret, then straight up to the D string, 14, pull off to 12 again, then straight into a hammer on to 14, and then we go to the 12th fret of the G string, and we just give that a bit of vib as well. Then the next bar, which is over a C chord, I want to keep the same theme, so I'm doing the exact same lick. But this time, we just stay on that 12th fret of the G string, which is, of course, a G note. The G note does fit inside the C major chord, so that's going to sound really nice and resolved. And then to answer all this first part, over the next chord, which is a C major, and this is the split bar part where we go to C over B. So we're going to play this G string, 14. So we're going 14, pull off the 12, then back to 14, which is the A note again, but this is where that C over B chord comes in. So what I've done is I've taken this A note and I'm bending it up to the B note, which just adds a nice cool sound. That leads us into an A minor chord. And for this A minor chord, I've just taken that 14th fret note and I've just played it on the A note at the 12th fret of, 14th fret of the G string. Now, the next bar is also an A minor, sliding into the 14th fret of the D string. Then we've got a hammer-on pull-off, 11, 12, back to 11 on the G string. So this is part of that E natural minor scale. So then we go back to the 14th fret of the D string. Then we skip a string and go 12, 13, 12 on the B. Same kind of idea as we did on the G string. Then we go to the 14th fret of the G string. And then there's this little pedal tone idea, 12 on the G, 12 on the E, 12 on the B, 14 on the E, then 12 on the B string again. Then we go to 15 on the high E string, followed by the 14th fret of the high E string. Now I've added this note because we're on a B7 chord now. This note is straight from that B7 chord, but just so it adds a nice touch, I've added a little bend that goes up a half step, so just up to this G note, releases, and then it goes back up again to finish with. So it's kind of something like that. Now this leads us into an E minor chord, and I'm just going 14th fret, which is already bent. We release the bend, 14th fret of the G string, I should say, and then we go into the 12th fret of the same string, G string, and then we end on the E note again, just to add some resolution to this E minor chord. Okay, so this brings us on to what I'm considering to be like the second part of this first section of this solo, if that makes sense. So I'm starting off with the same kind of lick that I started off the solo with, but this time just playing it higher up. So I'm playing the G string and I'm sliding up to the 16th fret, and I'm going to the 15th fret of the B string, and then I'm going to the 17th fret of the B string, and this is an E note, and this is when that E minor chord, so the first chord of the progression, starts again. And then I'm ending this this part with going to the 15th fret of the high E string, which is again a G note, so this ties in nicely with that E minor chord, and I'm just raking into that, and I slide out of it. Now this then leads us into the D major chord, so this is the second chord in the progression, and I'm starting off with a similar idea. So I'm going 15th fret of the B, 17th fret of the B, and then the 16th fret of the G. So then I'm starting off the same kind of thing again, 15th fret B, 17th fret on the B, and then I'm going 15th fret on the high E string, which is that G note again. And now I'm going to slide that back to the 14th fret. So we're now playing over D chord. So I'm picturing this D chord shape, 12 frets higher, just here. So now I've slid back to this 14th fret. I then go 15th fret, so I'm just outlining that chord shape, 15th fret B, and then 14th fret on the G string. So I'm just playing that D chord shape. Then from there, I'm sliding out of that 14th fret to the 12th fret on the G. And then from there, I slide to the 9th fret, to the 7th fret, and then I finish on that 9th fret again. So quite a big slidey section there. Okay, so now we're on a C chord again, and I'm playing the 8th fret on the B string, which is part of that C major chord as well. So that's going to sound really nice and resolved, and it just finishes off that last lick nicely. And then we're going to go just do like a little pentatonic run to finish off this C chord and lead us into the next bar. 9, pull off the 7 on the G, 9, pull off the 7 on the D, 10, pull off the 7 on the A, and this slides back to the 5th fret, and then we just go to the 7th fret on this A string, which is the E note. And this is where the chords changed, well the bars changed, but we're still on a C chord, so this E note is going to sound great over that. Now, we are now into the bar that has the C going to the C over B. So to end this little part, I've got this 5th fret of the D string, which then goes to the 7th to the 9th fret, just a little slide on the D string. Now we're sliding into that B note again, so this is going to fit that passing note of the C over B chord. And then we just go to the G string, 7th fret, and slide it up to the 9th fret. And this is the bar with the A minor chord starting. And that note there, this E note, is also in the A minor chord. So again, it's going to fit really nicely. And then we're going to use the same theme, so it's like a motif as before. Do you know the one where we went? So I'm just going to go back to that basically. So I've got 16 on the G sliding up, then we've got 15 to 17 on the B string, and then we've got that little rake to the 15th fret of the high E string, and slide out of it. Then we do the same phrase again. But this time, instead of going to that 15th fret, we're going to go to the 17th fret of the high E string, like that. And then we go into a nice big bend, the 17th fret of the high E string, bent up. And it's just a nice full bend, so it's just going to bend from this A note up to the B note, which again is a really cool thing because we have just been on the B7 bar. So bending up to this B note at the end of this bar, it's going to sound really cool. Then we go into the next bar, which is an E minor. This B note again is going to work great, and we just pick the note again. And we do that twice, so we've got... And then we release the bend, and then we go to the 15th fret of the high E string, and then we go to the 17th fret and play that twice on the B string. So now we're going into section B. So this section starts with a G chord. So the licks that we're playing, so we've got a bit of a dynamic change here now. So we're going to the G string, 14th fret, and we bend that up, so that's an A note, and we're bending it up to a B note, which is a chord tone of the G chord, which sounds really good. Now when we've got that note up there, we then play the 15th fret of the B string with your little finger, and I think I play that as like a kind of thing. So we've got the bend, like that, and then we play the 14th fret. A little run that I do all the time, a little lick I do all the time, which is you play the 12th fret of the G string, then we hammer onto the 14th fret of the G string, slide that up to the 16th fret, then we go to the 15th fret of the B string. Now I also want to add that that's a D note and we're playing over a C♯9 chord, so it just sounds really nice. Then we go back to the G string 16, slide back to the 14, and then we play the 12th fret of the G string. And this is like a nice resolution point as well. So again, outlining the chord tones, we're on a C♯9 chord, and we're now playing the G note, which is part of that chord as well. So when we get that together, it'll go. Now, you might notice there that I like to do this thing where I rake up to that B note at the 16th fret of the G. So... Now to end this bar, this phrase, we then play the 14th fret of the D string, and then we go to the 12th fret of the G string, hammer onto the 14th fret and add some vib. And this is going to lead into the next bar, which is on a G chord. And this is the kind of thing that Dave Gilmour does as well. This is a lick that he likes to play. So I'm going to play 17th fret on the high E string, pull off the 15th fret, and then we play the 15th fret of the B string, and we do this 3 times. So this is a triplet feel, like. Then we just land on the 17th fret of the high E string, we go back to the 15th fret of the high E string, and then we've got this 12th fret on the high E string, then we pull off on the B string 15, 12, 14th fret on the G, we go back to pull off 15, 12 on the B, and then we go 14 on the G to the 12 on the G, and we just let that note ring out for a second. Now this then leads us into the E minor chord again, and this is going to be a 14th fret on the G string with the 12th fret on the B string, so unison bend. Then we play the 14th fret again, and we release that down, pull off to the 12th fret on the G string, then we go to the 14th fret on the D, then we go back to the 12th fret, hammer on to the 14th fret on the G string. So we've got, and add some vibrato to that. Okay, so on this G chord now we're playing the 17th fret bend again, and we're bending, so that's an A note bending up to a B note, which again is part of that G major chord. The B is part of that G, so it sounds really nice. Play it again, and then we use the same rhythmical idea that we've done on a few of the bends. So we play the 17th, bent again, and then we release. So then on the C chord, which is the next bar, we'll go 15th fret on the high E string, which is a G note, so it resolves quite nicely for that C chord. And then we go to the 17th fret. So now we're going to go into a unison bend to end this C chord bar. And we're going 15th fret and the 12th fret on the high E string, so 15th fret on the B string, 12th fret on the high E string. We bend this 15th fret up so it matches the note at the 12th fret on the high E string. We'll play that twice. Then we're going to play the 15th fret bend on the B string. This is on the G chord now, so then it goes to 12th fret on the high E string, and this is the start of another little run that I like to do. 12th fret on the high E string, followed by 15, 12 on the B string, 14 on the D, on the G, back to the 12 on the B, 14, 12 on the G, 14 on the D string, then we go 12th fret on the G. Now we've got to there, and then we're going to go to this 14th fret on the G string again, and again we're on a G chord, so we're bending this A note, 14th fret on the G string, up to the B note at the 16th fret, so we're bending it to there. Then we play the 15th fret with the little finger on the B string again, same kind of trick we've used before. Then over the next chord, which is an E minor, so it's the bar with E minor to B7, so we're coming towards the end of this solo now. And we're now going to do that unison bend. So we've already got those two parts up, and to start this bar we're going to pick both of them together. We release the bend at the 14th fret, then we go to the 12th fret of the G string, and then we're going to go to the 14th fret of the D string. This is where that B7 chord starts. We've got, and then all we're going to do to finish the solo over this B7 chord, which then leads us into the E minor chord to finish with, is we're going to do the same as the very first thing, that first pickup bar. So there's quite a lot to go through at that end part of this solo, but hopefully that all made some form of sense. But the main thing I want you to take away from this lesson is the use of chord tones throughout this solo. By emphasising the chord tones that are being played while creating the solo means that the solo fits the music better and makes more sense and makes the solo just more melodic. Please feel free to check out my Patreon page and get access to lots of cool resources and to help out the channel. And please like the video and subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments section if there's any other players that you want to see covered in a video like this. So I'll see you next time. See you later.